Hey everybody, today I wanted to talk about something that, here's a commercial building. We're over in Redondo Beach, and in front of the building, it's a commercial building, you can see there's grass. And considering the extreme drought that we're in, it's a good idea to reconsider and ditch the lawn. And if you ditch the lawn, what can you do? Well, I'll give you a few reasons why people are ditching the lawn. For one, lawns require a lot of water to keep green. It takes almost daily watering to keep this grass green. And even though it looks pretty, you can walk on it. There's a lot of great things about grass. You can see here, see the glimmering, the glistening. It's actually because it's still wet. And then I promise you, if the water's on more than 2 minutes here, you're gonna have runoff. See the wetness? And the wetness, it goes down. It's just a horrible waste of water. And then if you put fertilizer on here, typically the fertilizers that are used in lawns are typically water soluble based a lot of times, and the fertilizer goes in, gives it one bite of nutrients, and then it flushes down the drain and it goes out to our oceans. Now, what can we do if we don't have lawn? Yeah, well, this is interesting. It's drought tolerant, but I think as a society, we could do better. Now, I want to take you over here to a contrasting building. This is the building called, it's a business, Quantometrics. And they decided to do something very different. Underneath their parkway over here is a ground cover that pretty much lives on rainwater, and this is called Kurapia. You can see it goes way down to the end over there. And what's nice about this is that, number one, it's a pollinator magnet, and it grows, as you can see. This is really thick, dense shade here. These big cassia trees don't let a lot of light in. And over here, this is more newly planted. This is the Kurapia. It takes sun or shade, and you can see it's being watered with drip irrigation. So there's no runoff. There's zero runoff here. So it's a very responsible thing. The Kurapia is watered about once a week at this point because we're in the middle of summer, but we're gonna turn the sprinklers off on it in just a few months, and there'll be no need for sprinklers for about 6 months out of the year, which is great. Over here, this business also has made the commitment to going native, and so the natives use very little water, and they feed the pollinators, which is absolutely fantastic. Here's the California fuchsia. We've got the verbena. We've got the yarrow, another fuchsia. You can see where there's kind of a theme going through here. And then in the back, we have these are not natives, but we call them California friendly plants, where they're plants from other parts of the world, like Australia. They are not native, meaning that they don't feed the pollinators a whole lot, but they do look pretty. So if you go to a restaurant, you don't eat a whole entire chocolate cake, but you have a slice for dessert. So the goal in our landscape is to have mostly natives with some California friendly plants. As these California friendly plants die off, we'll replace them with natives. And one of the hardest things to find for the pollinators to find in nature is a water source. So the commitment was made to feed the pollinators. So this pond is more than just something that looks great. It's actually a pollinator feeder for birds and butterflies and so on. So here it is. And just to let you know, you can have food as beauty. This is kale. You can actually make a kale salad out of that, purple kale. Here's the only food for the monarch butterflies. It's the native milkweed. Yeah. And then it just goes on to the other side. Here's the, again, more salvia, Allen chicorine, salvia. Here's the buckwheat. That's the buckwheat. It's The blue butterflies absolutely go nuts over this stuff. And so new native garden, Eriogonum, Erigeron, daisies, that's California native. Yeah, and it just continues. Absolute beauty. So you can have you can have grass, and most businesses do, but if you want to be responsible and help the pollinators and have beauty, and actually this landscape is only about 9 months old, but it's won 3 landscape awards for the best commercial landscape of Los Angeles through the California Landscape Contractor Association. Absolutely stunning. And the back of the building is all shade. Hasn't been landscaped yet, but it certainly will be. I should point out that this is a California native. It's called a pigeon point, Baccharis pilularis. It's the miniature version of coyote brush. Look at how beautiful that is. It's going to make a really sweet ground cover. And you can see where there's the rainbird coppershell drip, kind of every 12 inches. And then the Kurapia is just, it's coming out of the shade over there, and it's growing into the sun. You can see there's a lot more flowers. There's the shade, not too many flowers. There's the sun, full sun, and then what's nice about it is it just kind of creeps over. So it's almost crept over to the pigeon point here. So just hopefully this, if you have a business in Los Angeles, hopefully this will inspire you to do things similar at your place of employment, so you could show that you're part of the solution, that you really care for our planet, and you're not just about business, but you're also about making a difference. Making money is great and it's essential, but making a difference is just as important. Thanks for joining me. Mike with Enviroscape LA signing off. Take care.